If you're the face and voice of your brand, scaling your business through increasing visibility, speaking on stages, getting in bigger rooms, and showing up here online, but you're fed up of feeling uncomfortable being visible, like you're pushing through, surviving these high stakes, high visibility moments and holding back and not landing as the powerhouse that you are, then you're in the right place. Whether it's big rooms, stages, online, or closing bigger deals, I show female founders how to become the leading voice in their industry so that they're felt, trusted, and bought into, which elevates their business and expands their influence, impact, and revenue. And in 2026, it is pretty impossible to ignore the fact that visibility is a business strategy. Building a public profile and representing what you've built is what your next level needs from you. So I'm going to show you how to do this without pushing, performing, and collapsing internally when the moment matters. And you're never going to love the algorithm more than you do right now for showing you my ad, because what I'm about to share with you is helping women all over the world experience major growth and business transformation. Now, let me tell you why this works when nothing else has. Research shows that founders who are visible and positioned as the go-to in their field are earning significantly more. They're closing bigger deals, they're attracting better opportunities, and they're driving their mission forward with authority. 75% of people experience anxiety around visibility, being seen and heard, public speaking, and women carry most of that burden. It's actually nearly double the rate of men's anxiety. And right now, 15% of keynote speakers at the world's biggest stages are women, which means there's a small amount of women who are getting on the stage in the first place. And when they do own the stage and own their voice, when all eyes are on them and they're in the spotlight, when they show up fully and they're felt and trusted and magnetic, they have an extraordinary leading edge. So the question is whether that woman is going to be you. Because I know what's actually happening. You feel underexpressed. How you're showing up and what's translating publicly isn't matching what you've built. And you're performing authority, second guessing your authority as well, instead of actually just being it and owning it. So your outside isn't matching the inside. And in these bigger moves that you're playing and making and bigger actions, you're not moving from a place of power, even though you know you are powerful and capable. So you're holding back in high stakes moments, pitches, stages, on camera, conversations, negotiations. There is something contracting and your voice is even changing, maybe getting a bit shaky. You're internally bracing when the pressure is on. And you're watching women with less experience and less to say get in the rooms, rock the stages, win those opportunities, whilst you're struggling to make your expertise land in the way that it should, in those needle moving conversations. And all of that feels probably very exhausting when it should feel exciting. And you're in this habit of just pushing through, surviving, knowing it's a problem, but not really doing anything about it, thinking that that's just how it is. And maybe you've tried a public speaking course or just showing up more online and being consistent, but something still feels off because you know that the outer work, the strategy, the scripts, it's not enough on its own. And you can feel that. So there's a misalignment between who you are and how you show up. And that is costing you revenue, influence, and impact. And it's also keeping you from the legacy you know you're here to build. So I've created a methodology that changes the game for women founders who have what I call the visibility wound, also known as the visibility tax. In this methodology, you're not just learning the script or, given a framework that fails you the moment your body starts to react in the high stakes moment. No, you can actually move from a place of power and confidence like you have never done before. So you're no longer missing opportunities or letting imposter syndrome take over. Because the thing is, and this isn't spoken about enough, the more successful a woman is, the more she fears messing up, getting it wrong, saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, because there's more to lose. So this habit forms of diluting herself, filtering herself, playing smaller than she is capable of. And this directly impacts business growth. So what every other course teaches you out there is how to speak, what to say, how to do content, how to do personal brand. But what no one is showing you is how to build the capacity to actually be seen and heard under pressure without your body shutting down. And here's why this matters more right now than it ever has. It's 2026. The landscape has shifted forever. AI is changing everything. Content is everywhere. Every industry is noisier. And what is cutting through? What is actually building businesses, closing deals, and commanding influence at the highest level? It is not better content. It is not a better funnel. It is not another strategy. It is the human. It is the founder. It is the woman who walks into the room and owns it. The personal brand of the founder is now the most powerful positioning strategy available to any business of any size. Is why we're seeing more CEOs, major CEOs of major companies come online. They're stepping into the spotlight. And the ones who do that authentically, who are genuinely embodied in their authority, they're pulling away from everyone else at a rate that is accelerating. And if you are not stepping into visibility, if you're holding back, you're still pushing through, landing smaller than you are, it is going to cost you more than you realize, and not just in revenue, in your life vision, in the impact that you're here to make. So the window is open right now, but it will not stay open indefinitely. Every month you wait is market position left on the table, and a version of you that the world never gets to meet. So the time to act on this is now. So imagine this. You walk into the moment, whether it's the stage, the room, in front of the camera, and you land fully. The energy that you carry is felt before you say a word. You pitch your price and your voice doesn't waver. You take the microphone and you own it. You go live and you're magnetic. You close the deal and you do it from power, not performance. You advocate for your business and people buy into you. Your message lands the way it lives inside you. And you leave every high stakes moment feeling like yourself, not like someone who just survived it. You stop feeling underexpressed, you stop performing, you stop second guessing, you stop collapsing when it matters. Your internal state and your external expression finally match, and everything starts to scale because of it. This is everything the founders I work with start to experience after they ditch the surface level skills and do the work that actually shifts how they show up. Now, I'm sure you've seen on this page, and eventually I'm going to invite you to book a call to explore this. Because why wouldn't you? The time to act on this is now. And here are some of my clients' results. Mel is an 8-figure founder who felt a ceiling on her next level. She came to me deeply uncomfortable with visibility, shrinking from the spotlight despite everything she'd built. She now speaks on stages regularly, has just bought her dream home abroad, leads with more authority, speaks authentically, and commands the kind of opportunities her business has always deserved. That ceiling is gone. Susanna here was stuck after having success in the previous year. She'd hit this point where she just had no momentum, no clear path forward. She went from that to launching her own mastermind and consistently making £15,000 to £30,000 months. She also moved to Portugal and is living out her dream life in business. The transformation in how she shows up and is being perceived has changed everything. Helena spent years feeling shy in big rooms, not knowing where her voice sat, feeling stuck despite her years of expertise. She's now the leader in these rooms. She's launched her own yoga studio and is building the business and life she always knew was possible but couldn't quite reach. Jan was downplaying her genius online, playing small when she had everything that it takes to be the go-to in her space. She's now repositioned herself as the expert she is, and she's transforming how she shows up in high-stakes rooms and conversations, and is now growing her podcast with a presence that commands attention. Now, Catherine came to me as a TEDx speaker who was pushing and performing through her talk, not yet fully in her body, not yet fully herself on stage. She went on to ground into all of who she is, bring her full story, and ace the delivery. She's now a regular keynote speaker, driving her mission forward with every stage she takes. Claire grew her coaching business after breaking through internal barriers that had been keeping her from being fully expressed when selling and marketing. The blocks were internal. After overcoming them, she secured more clients. These founders acted. They saw where personal branding was going and they stepped up. A new opportunity was waiting, and now they are reaping the rewards. And if you're feeling a little hesitant about booking a chat, look, I get it, but the call is going to be one-on-one with me personally, and you'll also be working one-to-one with me personally throughout. So if you want to see how this powerful way of mastering visibility and becoming the leading voice in your industry can work for you, and how it can take your business and your life to the next level in a matter of weeks, then you know exactly what to do. There is a big shiny button underneath that you should press. So you now have at your fingertips a proven process that is on the rise, trusted by hundreds of women, that you can access right this second. And before you keep deliberating and hesitating, like I said, I do actually work one-to-one with every single founder that comes on board. I'm not going to offset you to some other coach. I'll be working with you personally. And what that means is that my time is valuable, it's precious, and it's limited. And at the time of recording this video, I can onboard only a limited number of women on this mastermind. So book a call with me, and as a thank you for putting your trust in me and starting to install this method, I'll give you 1 extra month to work with me. So you literally have nothing to lose. If you love it and decide to go through with the call, you'll get your hands on 1 free month, and you'll get access to the process that is transforming women's businesses and voices worldwide. But if you don't like it, You'll walk away with, at the minimum, a completely clear picture of what is actually holding you back and what it would take to change it. So if you're ready to expand your influence, impact, and revenue through owning your voice and mastering visibility, simply book a call below.